Hey y'all, I'm back with another video. I hope y'all doing well today. This video today is going to be about abusive relationships. Now, I'm speaking from experience with this one as well. hmm Do your research on people before you link up with them. What I mean by that, do your background check on the family. If you're dating a man in the family, all the men in the family, the uh, uncles, cousins, grandpas, all of them. They got a history of putting hands on grandma, on the cousins, on the aunties, you know, even some of the mamas. That's a spirit that's attached to that family. And the first sign that a person show you any type of aggression, move around. Not tomorrow, not the day after that, right then and there, move around. It's in them to fight. You know, a lot of people come from toxic, dysfunctional backgrounds. I myself coming up, um, in my household, it was some dysfunction. So see, by the time I got ready to venture out and get, think you're grown, you're gonna get married, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Well, I already had a little bit of heathenness in me. So if you hit me, I hit back. So it wasn't something that I was foreign to, but I'm gonna tell you, it's not a good situation to be involved in. I've been a fighter all my life. So if you touch me, you get touched back. But trying to save you from that. Auntie Shanda, don't want to see you out there squaring up. That ain't cute to see no woman out there squaring up with her husband or whatever, squaring up trying to fight. But do your background. Same thing with men. You meet a woman and she always, as the old folks would say, a mouth hang on the hedges of hell is always an argument. You're always wanting to fight about something. Dig a little deeper in that family. I guarantee you it's some dysfunction, that's attached to that family. It's some history in it. And you dig a little deeper, you'll find out certain things. Don't always meet people and go by what they look like to you. Oh, they fine, they handsome, they this, they got that, they got money. All money ain't good money. Look at a person's character, look at their background. When they get to a point to where you intimidated or you feel threatened or you feel scared in any type of way, the worst type of abuse is mental abuse. You got some people, they don't put their hands on you. They'll verbally abuse you, gaslight you, play with your intelligence, play with your mind, make you think that you the problem. Something's wrong with you. Something's going on with you. Nothing ain't never right. Everything is you. Get away from them. Don't even go no further, God forbid. That's why I did a video not too long ago about the young ladies. Wait on, and young men. I'm not biased. I look at both sides of the coins, the equal opportunity over here. Young men, you find a young lady, and it's a lot of toxicity attached to that young lady. Don't strap up. Don't get hitched up 18 years. Well, some people say 18 years. I say anytime you have children with somebody, that's a connection for life. Because you share grandchildren. Your daughter or your son get married, you got to go participate in that. That other person the father or mother that you had the children with, you still got a connection with them. I don't care. You can run from it. You are always connected some type of way to the parents of your children, whoever you've had those kids with. You connected because of that bloodline with those children, whether you like them or not. That's why I'm on here saying choose wisely. Looks don't mean nothing. If you around somebody and you don't get a good feeling about them, it's always some type of toxicity. It's something going on with them. Get away from them. Because you don't know how far that abuse will go. You don't know. I didn't seen it to where abuse is so bad to where, I know one girl had to pack up and move out of town. Didn't tell nobody where she was going because she had to get away. It was hell getting away from him. When a person show you that they can really go there, Oh, he just loved me that much. He just jealous about me. Oh, she jealous. That's another sign. Jealousy. Can't talk to nobody. Can't go nowhere. Everywhere you go, it's a problem with the person. They try to isolate you from people. That's another dead giveaway. They want it to where you don't need nobody else or can't be around nobody else but them. Toxic, controlling. Pay attention to the signs. And some people feel like, yeah, he slapped me, he hit me, but I deserved it. I made him mad. No. If a person don't have no kind of control over their emotions, you don't have control over your emotions. Can't nobody make you do nothing that you don't want to do. Do not get attached or hooked up with people, and God forbid have any children with somebody that got toxic, dysfunctional, abusive ways. That first slap, that first hit, some people are abusive financially. That's why I tell a lot of y'all, always have you A, B, C, D, E, F on up the alphabet. Always have a plan. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Never be in a situation where you being abused or being mistreated and you can't go nowhere. You can't really go to your family because they're worse. I mean, some of us got families that's worse than the enemies out on the street. So you can't go there. But if you got your little nest egg somewhere, you got something where you could pack up slowly. Don't leave all at one time. Have you a better situation somewhere else before you get ready to make your move. Don't never let your abuser know that you leaving them. Do it unexpectedly. Do it. It's real quick and as sly as you could possibly do it. Because you never know, you might not make it where you need to go. But just find your way to navigate. Better yet, whatever clothes or shoes or whatever, you can go buy that all over again. I wouldn't even worry about going furniture too. You can leave that where it's at and just go on where you're going to go. If it get real bad, where it's life-threatening. Have you got your little stash that he don't or she don't know about? Never tell nobody what you make or how much money you got, or you got money put up somewhere. That's between you and God. You ain't got to tell them people that. It ain't working out. Go somewhere far out of that city. Go get you a nice room or something, pay for a month's worth of room. Some of these extended stays, you could go there and stay until you could get you a better situation. But don't never, when you see somebody got hell in them like that and they got that kind of a spirit attached to them, abuse, get away from them. Because I'm going to tell you, well, I'm not going to speak about this on here, but I'm going to tell you, I will say this to you. Sometimes the abuse go from you to your children. Some people can be so resentful towards you to where what they can't do to you, they'll do it to the child. And it could be their child. It don't matter who child it is. It's a connection to you. It's a form of wanting to hurt you. That's why a lot of times when it's over, they don't want to be bothered with the children. That's to get even and to spite the mother or spite the father. That's what that's about. But if you listen to me, hey, let me go ahead and put this out here as I did with the other videos. I don't have no PhD in being no therapist or none of that. Whatever you choose to do, you got the final say. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do or how they live their life. But I am putting some things out there for you, some red flags. When you see them, know them when you see them. You understand? A lot of times you don't have nobody to talk to. That's another reason why I make these videos. You got the final say what you want to do. But I want to see you do good. So I put these videos out here. There are some people that don't have family that they can talk to, or nobody really took the time to teach them anything. So when they get out in this dog-eat-dog world, dog-eat-dog world, sometimes they lost. They don't know which way to go. They don't know what to do. Some people, is so green, their heart is so pure, where they see the best in people. Well, maybe, I'm going to forgive them. We going to get it right. We going to get it right. We going to get it right. Once they start putting their hands on you, babe, That's a done dollar. And it's a form of bullying. God forbid if you need them more than they need you. That's why I say always keep your plan A, B, C. And you ain't got to move where nobody, when you making your moves, you ain't got to tell people, oh, well, I work here, I work there. Okay, if you want him or her to know about one job, that's fine. But the other, second, or third, you ain't got to tell them about that. You don't have to tell them about that. That's for you to better yourself, where you can have an escape. If you change your mind, you can leave. You don't have to be like some of these people stuck in marriages or stuck in relationships because you can't go nowhere. You can't make it without that person. Always have it to where you able to make it on your own. You do your best, God take care of the rest. But all of us as adults, my opinion, are responsible for self. Never make your happiness or how you gonna make it or how you gonna survive up to somebody else. That's your responsibility as an adult to be able to fend for yourself. That's why, and maybe I'll make a video about that too. This is kind of taboo. I really don't agree with no 50-50 relationship. Let me explain. I think both adults, and I'll do a video, I'm getting off the subject, but I'm going to get back to it. But I got to say this. That's why I say both adults should both be 100%, meaning they both financially stable. I would never marry anybody that is not either equal or above. Well, that person can make it without me, and I can make it without them. You're not stuck in the house arguing and fighting over who gonna pay. Oh, well, I need half on the electric bill. Or I need half on the mortgage. No, you don't. No, you do not. I wish I could knock on wood. I've never had a man have a meeting with me. Well, Shanda, I'm gonna need your half on the rent. Half my ass. I'm paying 100. How I'm living now. Why would I give that up to go to be with somebody that I love and I think love me? You know, not by me being the type of person that I am, I'm going to be there for you and have your back. That's a given. But ain't no sitting down with no meeting where you treat me like no roommate. Then I still got to get in there and buck and get on the mic and all this here. Now, we're not doing that. No, I'm not knocking nobody that do it. More power to you. But I'm not going 50-50. No. Ain't no 50-50. That's not the way I grew up. And before we go there, I know it's going to be somebody might leave a comment about, well, back in the day with Mama and them and Grandpa and them. If both of my grandparents were still living, both of my grandmothers, I guarantee you, them older women had some stories to tell. A lot of them stayed. I know my mom is the baby of 21 kids. I think my father, it was 9 of them all together. Back in the day, women didn't have the rights that they got now. Back in the day, when you got them many children, where you going with all them children? You won't have no choice but to stay. So a lot of them women stayed because they didn't have a choice. They were being abused. They were going through all kind of situations, extra families. All of when the funeral took place with the men, you see all the extra children, outside kids, and it's a lot that went with that. But those women either didn't have the education. You can't really get out there when you got 19 girls and 2 boys. You got all these children in the house. Who gonna take care of them? You can't go back home, so you got to stay. You got to stay. You stand to make sure your kids can eat. They got a roof over their head. They were in survival mode. So that's why they stayed. But they're not here to tell the story. But I remember both of them telling me some things that they endured and they went through. I think one of my grandmothers did end up leaving. She did leave. She did. So back then it was a lot worse than what it is now. And that's the truth. A lot of people just didn't speak about the mistreatment, molestation, all kind of stuff went on. That those older people they took that to the grave with them. They just didn't speak on it. So I just have to throw that in there before, these times are totally different. But I think it should be equal. If you can't afford a family, don't go marry nobody. Don't go if you can't afford to take care of yourself. That's woman and man. Don't. Why would you want to go take on a family, have kids, and all this stuff here, and you're not stable? You looking for a come up or looking for somebody to help your two heads, and it is true. Two heads are better than one, especially if both of y'all are both successful people. The Bible does say don't be unequally yoked. Where one is more provider and the other one is not, it creates codependency. But that's another video. We talking about the abuse, which, I had to throw that in about sometimes it's the financial thing. Why a lot of people, 85% of people you see in relationships right now are there because they can't afford to leave. I hear it all the time. They don't really like the person that they with. They tired of them, but either they got finances tied, investments tied, homes. They got all kind of, things, assets where they can't leave. It's, you start hitting your 60s, 70s on up, late 50s, whatever. Who want to start all over again? So you turn a blind eye and you stay. But if you create financial freedom for yourself, you don't have to be in situations that you don't want to be in. Ain't nothing like laying next to somebody and you really don't like this person, but you can't afford to leave them. So you're making them miserable and making yourself miserable because you really don't want to be there. There is no love there. It's all about finances. Survival mode. But anyway, young lady and young man, for the men, young men, you in there and you got a woman in there that's a hell raiser. Always got drama going on. Always the laws in and out. Son, pack up your stuff. Go on about your business. Ain't that much love and sex in the world to stay nowhere with somebody that's tearing you down. Move around. Move around. Young lady, if he growling at you, showing you his teeth, showing aggression towards you, pulling little slick stunts on you, passive aggressive, demeaning you, saying little slick things, and I made a video about that, laughing it off. Oh, girl, you know I'm playing with you. Nah, he mean that. Just breaking you down slower, bit by bit, breaking you down till eventually you end up conforming. By the time you conform, you don't even know who you are. It's a big world out there. It's not all bad. It's some good out there. But don't the moral of what I'm trying to say on here, don't stay nowhere where you being abused. If you scared of that person, you tiptoeing around them. That's another thing. You scared to say anything. Snap it towards you. Always wanting to boss you around. Did you do this? Did you do that? I mean, it's almost like you a maid at the house. It ain't about you being a partner, an equal partner. You and it's almost like having a slave. Pay attention to how people treat you. Yeah. When you see the sign, the red flags, get away from that person. Change your number. If they come on your job, let your job know, hey, get your restraining order if you want to, if you need to. When you leave and get away from them, don't tell them where you at. No. Because see what's going to happen, either you're going to start losing a lot of weight or you're going to end up a lot of women you see with a lot of weight on them. It ain't really just because they just, it's a lot of depression, overeating. They stressed out, hair falling out, can't sleep, heavy drinking, getting high. When you see people, personality starting to, it's altering. They going through certain things and spazzing out and snap. They going through something. And all that I'm telling you about, that abuse, all that'll come on you. All of that. And you don't want that. Every day that you get up is a new day, a new chance. And it's a blessing to be above ground, to be seen and not viewed. And sometimes I've seen where people did end up being viewed somewhere in a mortuary. So when you see danger, don't play with it. It ain't because they love you that much or they just jealous about me. Jealousy is not a good spirit. It's not. And abusing, trying to control you, putting you down, got a problem with everything and everybody that's you got some of them I've seen to the point to where they jealous of their own children. Get jealous of the mother with the children. Yeah. You paying too much attention to the children. Pay attention to that. And do your background on people when you meet them, what kind of family they coming from. If it's a history in that family where grandma then got knocked out, the aunties then got knocked out, got a couple of teeth missing out their mouth, the uncles is abusive. You see that? Study that young man before you get with him. That's a hell of a spirit. I'll tell you that. Study him. Men, study them women. Look at mama and them. Mama in there raising hell, cutting up, drunk all the time, belligerent. Grandma too. Look at all of them. All of them in there ghetto blasting heathens. When you see that, yeah, the spirit ain't too far. I'm not saying that they gonna be like they people, but the apple don't never fall too far from the tree. Look at what you dealing with. Forget about them pretty eyes and the breasts and the BBL or the thick thighs and all that. Yeah, it'll cost you later. It'll cost you later. But anyway, that's my take on abusive relationships. Pay attention to the signs. Something don't feel right. You're scared all the time. You're scared to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing. You got to hurry up, make it to the house from work. I done seen it to where some can't even cash their own check by themselves. Every dime they make on the job, they got to account for it at the house. Oh, I've seen it. They being timed. Okay, you get off at 3:30. You got to be to that house by 3:45. I done seen it. Yeah. If you scared of your partner, you scared to be yourself, you always got to shrink down around them. Can't go nowhere. They don't like none of your friends. They don't like your family. It's always something negative. Ain't nothing never positive. And everything always your fault. You could have did a little bit better. Did you cook? Did you been here all day? When they get like that, it's time for you to go. That person don't really love you and they don't like you that much. They just there to benefit off of what you can do for them. Get out, and I mean get out quick. All right now. Y'all be blessed.